It's good that Peter Maloney has recovered too from that injury in the second term, and he'll start in the ruck for Bannockburn in the second half. 8-5 playing 5-7. He's up against Armitage. Umpire Hallett throws the ball up. They both get a hand to it. Goes towards Brungies. Tries to get a kick away towards centre half forward, running across Broome. Christian Shaw there as well. Stand over in the top of it. Broome, he's wrapped up and can't get rid of the footy before the umpire will come in and ball it up. So just on the point of the centre square at half forward. Maloney gets it down. Trotter breaks free, handball to Noy off a step. Right foot kick towards the forward pocket. Bowman behind on this occasion. Bully ripped off the football. Will get the free kick for the hold. So Stephen Bully's got Perkins wide. Goes in that direction now. Oh, gets there just. He does well. Perkins against Kellberg. From half back goes to centre wing. Dillon over the back. McCallum did well. Can he keep it in front of him? He can. Now he loses it. Needs some support. And Dillon's in there as well. The umpire will come in and ball it up.
Just while the break in play, the last of the half-time scores for today. Belpost Hill 10-14 at half-time lead. Winchelsea 7-3.
So ball up, centre wing, Maloney stands his ground. Armitage comes in, double-hander towards Christian Shaw. Breaks a tackle, left foot kick towards half forward. Malane Grant from behind. Good mark. Tom Malane Grant takes the mark easily in the end against Henry, showing good strength. Plays on quickly. Hickleton gives him a lead. He goes in that direction now. Buchanan goes back there, got a hand to it. Couldn't take the mark. Handball from Lewis to Woods over his shoulder, and he's missed the far side for one behind. So 1 goal, 1 his personal tally. And Bannockburn go to 8-6-54. They lead Inverleigh 5-7-37. Leicester Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 2 minutes played.
Ball comes in toward the change room side of the ground, and Marcus Noy takes the mark for Inverleigh. Chip over the top, and Brunches in front of our broadcast position has taken the mark. Looking for options further afield. Kick off the side of the boot, but towards an half forward. Oh, Ashley Perkins read it beautifully. In the middle of the pack, takes the 1 grab mark. So Perkins of Bannockburn, just backward of the centre, has chipped it to the middle on his own once again. Christian Shaw, I wonder, Laurie, if he's got an ailment, this fella. They don't want to man him up at all. So he's just chipped over the top to Flanagan, and Bannockburn in possession. They're playing Inverleigh's game at the moment, possession game. They've gone wide looking for Lewis, but he got behind his opponent then in Meek, but picked up by Broome. Kicked it long towards full forward. Oh, good use of the body by Darren Ryan. Dropped the mark, picks it up in the goal square, and has kicked a left foot goal. So that's Darren Ryan's second goal. And a very good start to the third quarter to the Bannockburn side. They've moved now to 9 goals, 660. They lead Inverleigh 5-7-37. Leicester Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, and we've been playing 3 minutes only.
Yeah, well, look, that finished up a good goal for Darren Ryan there, but Meekie should have held that mark. I mean, when you're out there and the ball's in front of you, you've got to put your hands around and make sure they're safe there and you can repel the attack. But made a mistake, and a bloke like Darren Ryan's going to make you pay for it.
Well, you pay dearly, don't you, when they drop one in the goal square.
Centre bounce, Maloney up against Armitage. Armitage gets it down, clear tap towards centre half forward. Flanagan runs off the half back flank. Oh, breaks a couple of tackles, goes with a right foot kick towards centre half forward. Buchanan comes across, takes the mark for the Hawks. Chips the ball over the top to Noy. He takes the mark. Got McCallum running past. He elects to go to Trotter instead. Now he gives it back to Noy, running across centre wing. Kick was partly smothered by Van Ingen. Falls to Kellberg, handball to McCarthy, left foot kick long towards the square. Great
goal.
Kick.
That's a great goal.
It's a great kick. And he has put his first on the board. And the quick reply for Inverleigh. They go to 6-7-43. They trail Bannockburn 9-6-60. Leicester Wyndham third quarter sscoreboard, 4 minutes played.
Well, Laurie, Inverleigh just showed there really that they could be very, very potent if they're allowed to break clear.
Well, that's right. They're perfect piece of play there, Rick. They kept the ball in the centre. There was a 1-2 from Trotter and Noy, I think it was, and I thought it was a little bit of rough kick, but the guy was in front, took the mark and got the ball out to McCarthy. A nice goal. It's pretty easy going.
Yeah, it is sometimes, isn't it? Ball back in the middle, in the air. Good quality first game of the season. The ball comes to ground. Neither ruckman really gets a clear tap down. Ball picked up for Inverleigh. Once again, Brunches. He's getting his hands on the footy a bit, and he's found a teammate further up the ground in is it Darren Guest playing up forward. I just wonder if he's 100% fit.
No, I don't think so, Eric.
But by the same token, he's getting enough of the footy to mean that somebody's got to mind him. And nice mark in front of the pack there. And, well, if he's got a leg ailment, he'd be struggling to get the distance from 45, I'd suggest, but he's gone a long way back. As they do these days, some of the footballers gone back on the cricket run-up. Moves in, 45-degree angle, puts it on the boot. It's a wobbly-looking kick, and it's short. Big pack in front of the goals there for both sides. The ball, well, it's run clear by the Bannockburn defence, and it's over the boundary line. So a couple of players exchanging pleasantries there. As the boundary umpire now retrieves the footy, and can't think who that one of the players there is having a bit to say, but the ball come in from the boundary umpire. Knocked down for Nicholson on the left foot. The kick is smothered off the boot, and it's over the boundary line once again. So Inverleigh, slowly but surely, inching towards the goal face. They're only 5 metres from the behind post now, with the ball out of bounds once again. Boundary umpire about to put the ball into play. About 20 players around the throw in there. It's come down. Maloney over the back, finds Carr, gets a handball across the face of goal. Giles eluded the tackle. Now the ball's come clear. It's out wide. Bannockburn again playing the possession game. Kick towards Lewis. One hand, can't mark them that way. Comes down to McCarthy again. Handball clear. And it's come over the top to was that McCallum from centre half back, well down the ground. Oh, huge leap in the goal square for Inverleigh from Bowman, and he's tackled without the football. So Robbie Giles has infringed at the end of the goal square. I don't think Bowman's 100% either.
Well, he went off early, Eric.
And he came in the game under a cloud. I think Wayne Teichman was saying before the game that he was a little bit suspect, but he's got a free kick 10 metres out now, directly in front, and the opportunity to bring Inverleigh a little bit closer once again. They just won't go away today. It's one of those days for them. They're just plugging away. And Michael Bowman, with the man on the end of the goal square on the mark, about to move in. On the boot. Oh, I don't know whether he has or whether he hasn't. I think he's missed. Well, you can't afford to miss those. And that's a devastating miss for Inverleigh. They worked so hard to get it there. 6 goals, 8:44. They trail Bannockburn 9-6, 60. Lexus have won them. Third quarter scoreboard, 7.5 minutes gone. So from the kick in, it's outside 50, but the mark again taken for Inverleigh. Is that Cook again? Looks a bit like Cook out there has taken the mark outside 50.
It's not Cook.
Fitzgerald, I think.
Oh, Fitzgerald, beg your pardon, it is. And it's a nice high kick. Oh, big fly up there.
Someone's got it.
No, the ball not paid, so we've got a rush behind to Inverleigh. They're peppering the goals, just not able to put the big one on the scoreboard. 6-9-45. They trailed Bannockburn 9-6, 60. Lexus have won them third quarter scoreboard. Now we've just ticked past 8 minutes.
Christian Shaw from fullback. Goes short to Cameron Carr. Takes the mark. Only 25 metres out from goal. Now he goes wide, looking for Robbie Giles. He finds him. He takes the mark. Handball over the top towards Nicholson. He's going to be run down by Nan. And it's out of bounds on the full. Nan tells him all about it. So a free kick to Inverleigh at half forward. The ball will come back to Brungies.
It's an interesting tactic, Laurie, from the kick in there. Inverleigh really flooded the forward half, didn't they? And Bannockburn were hard pressed to get it out.
I think I've just got the feeling Wayne's put a fair bit of preparation to the side. I mean, he probably few players short, but they haven't wasted too many kicks, so to speak. Only a goal, or they've probably let themselves down, I feel.
Kick towards the half-forward line, and it's off hands for a boundary throw-in. And 45, 50 metres around from the Inverleigh goal.
Do you agree with that, Eric? I think they found their targets at most times. It's just a kicking a goal.
If they could convert a little better, well, you look at the situation now. Every player but 4 is in the forward half for Inverleigh. All the players are up there. There's only 4 players. A few more drifting back now, but very, very congested. Maybe it's Bannockburn trying to bottle up the defence.
Second boundary throw-in. Still 40 metres out from the Inverleigh goal. Jones from the ruck contest. Maloney in there as well. Clark. Handball goes towards Nathan Lewis at half-back. Left foot kick back towards the middle. Armitage. Can the big man pick it up? Yes, he can. And then he loses at Hinchcliffe. And Van Ingen handball towards Ryan, who runs past. Right foot kick towards Alita Hickleton. Good kick out in front. Takes the mark at centre half forward. Mullane Grant running back towards the goal.
Lewis.
And Wood short as well, but Hickleton runs back a long way. He'll be kicking from...
Took too long, really,
55.
didn't
He'll have to kick the goal now, you'd think. He's kicked 2 goals, 1 this afternoon. He comes in, and he has done exactly that.
That's not a bad kick from there, you know. Not
Third
a bad
goal
kick at all.
for Sam Hickleton. And for Bannockburn, that is their 10th. They go to 10-6-66. They lead Inverleigh 6-9-45. Lexa Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard, 10.5 minutes played.
Yes, well, Eric, you spoke about practice. They might have practiced these. I'm pretty sure Sam's kicked 1 or 2 from there because he was pretty certain in his feeling. You could
Like he's
tell
kicked it from 55. It's a fair kick.
Well, you could tell by his body language that he was pretty keen to have a go at it, and it went through with a bit of margin to spare.
So a very good goal for Bannockburn. As you said, Laurie, when Bannockburn get a goal, they seem to do it a lot easier than Inverleigh.
Yeah, they certainly do.
In the middle once again. Armitage gets the tap down, but Clark intercepts for Bannockburn. The torpedo went a bit amiss, but it's picked up at centre half back by Henry for Inverleigh. Kicks it long and found Guest on half forward flank. So Inverleigh moving forward with a bit of freedom this time. They've chipped it back into the middle there looking for Trotter. He drops the mark. Nan can't help him out, but a kick off the ground comes back into the arms there of Fitzgerald. Oh, and up and under. Terrible kick off the side of the boot. And it's gone towards half forward flank. Now we've got a foot race looking for the footy, but Burley does a good job. Forces it toward the boundary ahead of Brunches, and in front of the change rooms here, the ball out of bounds once again to be put in by the boundary umpire. But Bannockburn defence under a bit of pressure, but they're standing pretty firm. Ball comes in. Good tap forward there by Maloney. Picked up by, well, it wasn't picked up. It's congested now on centre wing. Finally, somehow Bannockburn get a handball fed out. Flanagan off the side of the boot. Buchanan attacks the footy. Oh, magnificent tackle in the middle. And, gee, Laurie, for a first-up game, there's been some sensation. The little things, the tackling, the smothering, the shepherding. Both sides very well prepared.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more, Eric. And as you said there before, for a first-up game, the standard's been very, very good.
So the umpire in the centre circle almost puts it up. Armitage gets the tap down. Player tackle without the footy, Van Ingen, but the game allowed to play. Oh, high tackle there. Not well, it was seen by the umpire pretty late. But so the free kick has gone to Brunches of Inverleigh. And Darren Ryan was away. Brunches, handball to Trotter. Trotter now chips it to the lead at half forward. Mark not taken by Kalberg, and that could have been important for Inverleigh because a series of handballs now gets it back to Christian Shaw on the left foot, goes to centre wing. It's all Inverleigh here, but Tom Mullane Grant read it beautifully through the middle of the pack, took it on his chest, turns round on the right foot, drives towards half forward, but well read there by Buchanan, and he's playing very well across half back for Inverleigh and has thwarted another attack for Bannockburn. So they're away. But Buchanan has stood firm there. Well, not such a good kick from him. Mullane Grant takes the mark in the middle once again, chips it forward, and has found a teammate. I think that's Beasley there, just recently on the ground, on the left foot. He's kicked to, well, pretty casual there by Broome. Handball's come to Ryan. He's tried to get clear, gets the left foot to the footy, but it's all Inverleigh in the last line of defence. Handball comes out to
good tackle.
McCallum. Great tackle there. Now Bannockburn in the van because the handball has gone a long way back to Flanagan. Has a chance to steady and sees his teammate in Woods, who's once again drifted down from the wing to half forward, unmarked, and has taken the mark on the 50-metre arc on half forward flank. Comes back into the centre of the ground, looking for and finding Lewis. He drops the mark, pretty casual. Now he can't pick it up. Now he's got a teammate fighting for the footy, and Bannockburn, they've been pinged, and I guess dropping the easy mark, Laurie, was the signal there for Bannockburn to get themselves into trouble.
Yeah, I think it was probably a good play, Eric, but he didn't quite take it off, but those things happen.
So Nan with the free kick, just chips to the middle to Noy. He's been pretty prominent most of the day, Marcus Noy, and has taken the mark in the centre of the ground for Inverleigh. Looking for somewhere to go. He has Trotter, only 20 metres away. well, not paid the mark, but Trotter butters up. Back by hand to Noy, but fantastic smothering there by Broom. But here go Inverleigh through Fitzgerald. Has a bounce. Now kicks long from the centre square. It's a magnificent kick and land in the goal square. But the defence there for Bannockburn have forced the ball wide once again and over the boundary line. 15 metres from the behind post. So Inverleigh just not able to capitalise on the scoreboard, which shows them 6-9-45, trailing Bannockburn 10-6-66, and we've been playing 15 minutes into the third quarter.
Boundary throw in. From the side, Kelberg loses the football. Ball still in dispute, about 30 metres out from the Inverleigh goal. Hinchcliffe, handball, missed its target, which was Dillon. And Brunges, has been very prominent in the third term. And this time his kick is out of bounds, not on the full, so we'll have a boundary throw in. Still 35 metres around from the Inverleigh goal. Deep into attack at the southern end. 21 points the difference. Now throw in from behind Lister to the front of the pack. Guest rides above, handball away. Perkins, Trotter tried to kick it off the ground. McCarthy, great hands again and kicks the goal.
One hand if you don't mind.
Michael McCarthy's kicked his second goal, the seventh for Inverleigh. And they close the gap, 7-9-51. They trail Bannockburn 10-6-66. Lexa Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard, 16 minutes played.
Well, he's quite an opportunity there. I'll tell you what he reminds me a lot of, Brett Harding.
Yes,
when he used to play in the forward line.
Yeah, very good point.
Swoops on the ball, makes every opportunity count, and
the beauty of that, though, Laurie, like he just swooped it up in the left hand, threw it on the boot with one hand, and just made it look so easy. You're right, an opportunist goal, no doubt. Back in the middle, ball goes up once again. Lister back on the ground, probably got his first tap for the day, went to Clark, he's kicked it forward. Mark dropped by Malone Grant, but he's good enough to butter up. Handballs to his teammate in Woods running past, and it's all so easy when they get going forward, Bannockburn, as Alistair Woods has kicked his second goal, made it look like a training gallop, but it's a goal for Bannockburn. 11-6-72. Inverleigh 7-9-51. Lexus Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 17 minutes gone, and just the response too easy, Laurie.
Yeah, well, we've been on that all day, Eric, but it's a fact that every time they go forward, Tom McGain, Grant, he's lifted his...
he's having a good quarter, isn't he?
Quarter, so that's important to him as well, but they just seem to do it so easy, and likewise, Inverleigh seem to just break down right up in the forward line.
Set a bounce, Lister up against Armitage again. Umpire Hallett throws the ball in the air. Both get a hand to it, still in the middle, in dispute. Trying to be a kick off the ground first by Nan, then he picks it up. Needs some help, gets a short little kick. Brunges tries to get the handball away. Armitage outnumbered. Clark through the middle again. Handball was pretty good to Perkins. Doesn't sit for him at first, but now it does. And short little kick missed its target, which was Christian Shaw, but he's got some support. Dwayne Broom, they're just mucking around with it in the middle, but it's okay now. Van Ingen takes the mark. Oh, he's got Nathan Lewis by himself, if he can find him. And there he is at centre-half forward, and he should be able to take it. He does, uncontested.
He's grown a bit, Van Ingen, hasn't he?
Takes the mark at centre-half forward.
He was a little fella last year. It's marvellous what a year does.
So Nathan Lewis, who's kicked 2 goals this afternoon, will shoot from directly in front, 45, 50 metres out. Probably kick from 45.
And Nathan, you always like the goal, so he's in a good spot for it.
So he comes in northern end of Victoria Park off a couple of steps, if you don't mind, and nice and easy. That was pretty easy. He kicked his third. And for Bannockburn, that is their 12th. They get a 12-6-72. And they lead Inverleigh 7-9-51. Lexa Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard, 19 minutes played.
It's just the time, Laurie, when Inverleigh have shown to be vulnerable in each of the quarters so far. And if Bannockburn were allowed to continue in this vein the last portion of the quarter, it could really blow the game apart.
Well, that's right, Eric. I mean, you've got to give Inverleigh credit. They've kept coming all day, and I dare say they'll come again, but they're going to run out of puff shortly, I think, and this last quarter could be a difficult one for them.
So the ball back in the middle, and that was interesting to see. Lewis had hold of the ruckman's shorts then, wouldn't let him run into the footy, and the umpire missed it.
He's kissing him now.
So now the free kick has been blown. Player held without the footy. Is it Marcus Noy who's going to take the Brunches? Has got the free kick. So Inverleigh get the centre clearance once again. Nice long kick into the front. Oh, huge leap there by Daniel Cook. takes the big mark, and I don't think Cameron Carr liked being used as a step ladder there, but a huge mark from Cook, and it'd be nice for him to convert now because the mark probably deserves a goal.
Well, for the benefit of our listeners there, Eric, was one of those marks that he was up early, up high, and he had to hold the mark to be allowed, otherwise it would have been a free kick.
True. So it moves in.
And his kicks.
Not a bad looking kick. It's drifting back. It's just going to be a shade short. Oh, coming in from behind, mark not taken for Inverleigh.
Oh.
And I tell you what, the defence through Shaw clears the ball once there. Ronnie Pilgrim just came through the interchange bench, and the ball just drifted over his head and out of bounds. So Bannockburn, almost a magnificent coaching move from the bench, didn't quite work. So the ball out of bounds in front of the change rooms here at Bannockburn. 20 minutes gone, third quarter. As Bannockburn hold the ascendancy, 12-6 to 7-9. Ball tapped forward there by Jones, doing the ruck work for Inverleigh as whistle on play. And once again, player held without the footy is Shane Nairn. Plays on quickly. The kick leaves a bit to be desired because Kalberg, he won it pretty well, but yes, they've paid the tackle, and brilliant tackle by Ashley Perkins there caused the ball to drop out of Kalberg's arms, and gee, there's a little bit happening here and there off the footy. So long kick now out of defence by Perkins. Oh, Dylan high at the back of the pack. They're all going for the Speckies, Laurie. They think the cameras are on them, and Brunches again, one arm held, but in Cameron Carr on half-back for Bannockburn has taken the mark. So now the player Cook was obviously called to come back, didn't come back, so a 50-metre penalty from my memory, first of the day, 50-metre penalty. And so Carr with the free kick. If he's not careful, he'll get another one because there's somebody already on the mark. But Cameron Carr now on centre wing for Bannockburn. Oh, ball Flanagan fell over. Woods. Well, the free kick was paid, and advantage paid to the Woods, gets it into the full forward area, but numbers were prevailing for the Inverleigh side there through particularly Meek. Punch toward the boundary, and it's out of bounds. Forward pocket now for Bannockburn as we head towards the 25-minute mark with 22 and a half. Ball comes in. Good tap forward there by Malone. Grant picks it up.
No. Sam Hickleton.
Just kicked it off the ground, Sam.
That is unbelievable. So Sam Hickleton kicks his fourth. Bannockburn kicked their 13. 13-6-84. Bannockburn lead Inverleigh 7-9-51. That's on the Lexus of Wyndham third quarter scoreboard. 23 minutes gone. So one moment I thought it was a miraculous leg break from Tom Lane Grant, but was Sam Hickleton's boot going in there?
Well, actually, it was a good try from Tom. It nearly got there. It was just that Sam was in the right spot, and this is a pretty handy lead at the moment, Eric, and this will sort of stretch Inverleigh, I think, right at this point.
Young Woods coming off the ground, perhaps with cramp. He's been doing a fair bit of running for Bannockburn.
Lister from the middle goes towards Nan, and also Bungee's back on the ground. Clark Shaw does well. Left foot kick long towards Ryan. Tries to ride the bump. Walter, good punch away, and over the boundary line for a throw in.
Yeah, well, I think it's probably a good time of the game for Bannockburn to rotate the bench, and they're obviously doing that at the moment. And the Clarkie's had a spell there. They're all going to get a bit of a spell there, I think, and freshen up probably for the last half of the last quarter.
Laurie, I feel Lister's come into the ruck contest in this third quarter, and that's proved a benefit to Bannockburn.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
So a boundary throw in. This time, Inverleigh try and get it down through Cook, and will be held in by Dylan. Nan last to get up at half back. So another ball up. And Lister, as we said, did a ruck work. Goes up, gets it down Nan. Clark just back on the ground, breaks free. Short little kick to Christian Shaw. Was intelligent. The kick from Shaw wasn't that intelligent, but he's might get away with it. Numbers there. Van Ingen, short little kick towards Ronnie Pilgrim at centre half forward. And Ron takes the mark.
He'd have a go from there, wouldn't he? He's only 60 out.
He'll have a go.
He'll probably barrel it, won't he? He's kicked
It's a new year. He might lay it up.
1 goal, 2. Ronnie hasn't changed. So Pilgrim's kicked 1 goal, 2. He comes in, gives it everything. Can't quite get the hamstrings far enough this time. Goes up. Oh, Elaine Grant with a big leap. Goes towards the boundary line. Hickleton's there. And also Henry. And they see it over the boundary line for a throw in. Right forward pocket. Bannockburn into attack northern end of the ground. So a throw in now. Short throw in from behind Elaine Grant. Oh, great skills. Kick was smothered though by Meek. Close to the boundary line again, and Hinchcliffe will this time we'll see it over. We'll have another boundary thrown this time about 45, 50 metres around from the Bannockburn goal. They lead 13-6-84, Inverleigh 7-9-51. Been playing 25 and a half minutes in the third term.
Rather open Inverleigh forward line, Laurie. 6 players up there.
It certainly is.
From the ruck contest. At the front, kick back towards Christian Shaw. Balks and gets it away to Flanagan. Little left foot kick towards Van Ingham, but McCallum attacks it and does well. Takes the mark. Clark holds him up. Just inside the centre square at centre half back. Goes with the right foot high towards centre half forward. Carr from behind punched it away to the front. Cook, handball. Missed a target. Now Beasley to Perkins. Back to Beasley. They do well work the 1-2. Now he chips the ball to Clark on centre wing. He takes the mark. Called to play on, gets a shepherd from Lewis, goes with the right foot kick long towards the forward pocket. Buchanan goes up, off hands, Meeks there, clearing kick back towards the centre of the ground. Van Ingen attacks it. Can he keep it in front? Yes, he can. Ooh. Tries to get it away. Buchanan from half back. He runs free, goes towards centre half forward. 1-on-3. Flanagan should be able to take the mark, can't do so off hands. Bully will through it, but it's okay to Lister. The big man runs through the middle, right foot kick long towards full forward. Elaine Grant works his way from the back to the front and takes the mark. Second grab and will line up for his second goal.
His skill, Elaine Grant, is very high, Laurie, isn't it? You know, he just did that so easily. Out of position, pushed the ball forward, got the body in front and took the mark.
Well, he's certainly a good player, Eric, and he's had a bit of good breeding. He's come up through the Falcons. He's just 18, Jason said, and he's got a lot of football left ahead of him, and he's pretty keen. He runs a lot, and he's going to get the ball a lot, of course. And I think he's dobbed it as well.
So Elaine Grant's second in the 14th for Bannockburn. They go to 14-6-90, and they clear out a bit from Inverleigh 7-9-51. Lexa Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 27 and a half minutes played.
Probably the last 10 minutes, Laurie, has been the one thing perhaps Wayne Tyquin might have been fearful of, because Bannockburn have continued to run. As you said, Inverleigh have worked so hard with perhaps limited numbers, and all of a sudden Bannockburn have blown it open.
Well, that's right, Eric, and Wayne will be very pleased with their endeavour to this point of time, and the big question is going to come in a few minutes when he gathers them at three-quarter time and asks for another 25 minutes, because I think it's going to be pretty difficult. But I just see a lot of good signs for Bannockburn. They just seem to be sharing the ball around a lot more, and they just look a little bit fresher to me.
So the ball tapped down to Clark in the middle, gets the ball forward pretty quickly. Well, almost the crumb by Ryan, picked up by Elaine Grant, handball over. Picked up his own handball, and he's
that's class.
Absolutely. If you've watched the top-level basketball, that was it, wasn't it?
Oh.
He's just absolutely, Tom Elaine Grant, absolutely toyed with them in the forward area, and has kicked his third goal. 15 goals, 696 Bannockburn. They lead Inverleigh 7-9-51. It's on the Lexus Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 28 and a half minutes gone. Laurie, you don't see many better goals than that.
No, you certainly don't, Eric. It's pretty hard to even follow it back. He ran after the ball, he pushed it over, player come to him, pushed it over like a basketball style, run around it.
Ronnie Pilgrim tapped him on the head. I'm thinking, Ronnie's probably thinking, 10 years ago, that was like me.
Ronnie's probably taught him that.
Very Pilgrim-like, wasn't it?
It was just magnificent ball control, and a bit like Kurtafudis, almost had the ball in one hand, didn't he?
So, Elaine Grant's third goal, 2 in a minute. Back to the middle, Lister and Armitage. Armitage gets it down. Clark there again, does well. Breaks free, handball. Oh, just set a task for Broom. He got it away, and good vision to Christian Shaw on centre wing. Got a bit of time to set it up. Vision back towards centre half forward. Great to Nathan Lewis. Can play on and then chip the ball to Ronnie, and he won't pass the footy.
And he won't play on either.
He won't play on. He'll shoot for goal from 30 metres out, 45 degree angle for his second. Some pretty good vision there from Dwayne Broome and Christian Shaw to move the ball from one side of the ground to the other and back through the corridor to Ron Pilgrim. And he'll shoot for goal. As we said, 30 metres out. Comes in.
Umpire hasn't moved.
And Ron has kicked his second. And for Bannockburn, that is their 16th. They go to 16-6, 102, and they lead Inverleigh 7-9, 51. Lex Wynnum, third quarter scoreboard, 30 minutes played.
And three-quarter time score, the Mark Lomas Shield up for grabs. Only 2 points Belmont kicked in the third quarter. East Geelong back in front, 10-6, lead Belmont 7-12. So a pretty tight game there for the Mark Lomas Shield. Ball back in the middle now with umpire Hallett. And I just sense perhaps Bannockburn running on, Laurie, and Inverleigh starting to struggle.
Yeah,
however, Armitage back in the ruck, gets the tap down. Clark can't clear it on this occasion, and he's probably been one of the players that's cleared it from the middle, Clark, in the last 15 minutes.
Oh, he was good early too, Eric. He got the hand on the ball a lot. He's ex-North Shores too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, so those guys are always very clever around the footy.
Up in the middle once again, Armitage gets the tap down. And this time it's Trotter, handball back, finds a teammate there in Henry. On the left foot, kicks it towards centre wing, but it's all Bannockburn out there as Shaw just handballed wildly, but he's found Perkins and Bannockburn. Through Perkins now, kick to Broome. Well, he's run into a bit of bother. I think he'd be pinged for holding the footy. He just had nowhere to go, and a very good tackle on that occasion. As the siren sounds for three-quarter time here at Victoria Park, Bannockburn. The three-quarter time score is Bannockburn 16 goals 6, 102, leading Inverleigh 7 goals 9, 51.
8 goals 1 for Bannockburn in that third term, while for Inverleigh it was 2 goals 2, and the margin is 51 points at three-quarter time. The goal kickers for Bannockburn, 4 to Sam Hickleton, 3 to Tom Mullane Grant, and 3 to Nathan Lewis, 2 each to Alistair Woods, Darren Ryan and Ron Pilgrim. While for Inverleigh, their goals have been scored 2 to Chris Jones, 2 to Michael McCarthy, and singles to Shane Nan, Clayton Trotter and to Sam Kelberg. 51 points of difference at the final change. We'll take a break, come back with the final quarter action. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.